Okay, folks, another piece to commemorate the run up to Christmas in July. Yeah, I look forward to, if I could get in touch with my partner Luigi, and we can go on a holiday and in the snow and have experience Christmas in July. I don't know if they're going to have I'd like to have try a Christmas banquet like what they have in the Northern Hemisphere in America. I'd like to try turkey and have the trimmings what they have in the Northern Hemisphere when it's cold, should I say. And I want to experience the snow. I want to see what a Northern Hemisphere Christmas is like. I don't know how this is going to look. I've already done that. Okay, I do think we're going to reverse the colours. I do think 200% should be a good size. Let's see what this is. This came from the side of the road. This was a piece of tinsel, nice sunlight shining there to make it sparkle. So I'm just going to place it up in the corner. I don't know how it's going to look, folks. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite a treat, the colour in that. And I'm going to utilise this as our master copy. I do think it's a bit off the glass there. I do think. Maybe I'll squash it. I'll hold it down a bit. Yeah, I call it a puff of tinsel. It looks like a puff. A bit of a cream puffy sort of a feel. Looks a bit too flat. I do think maybe this version's better. Yeah, I really want to go to the snow with my partner Luigi. I've never even gone to the snow. I've never experienced snow. The closest thing I got to seeing snow was on my way. I think it was on my way home from Melbourne when my dad took us on a road trip to just near Healesville, where the telecommunications satellites or whatever they were based, because my dad worked for what was called OTC, Overseas Telecommunications Commission, and he was a technician, and we were thinking of moving to Melbourne and having a transfer. My dad was going to get a transfer, and we were hoping to get a transfer. We never did, but basically, because my dad moved around a lot back then, and he we were just checking the place out, and basically I think on the way home we got to see in the distance a bit of snow, but that was the closest thing I had come to fucking seeing snow. Otherwise, it was just like, yeah, it was in the distance. And I can't remember it terribly clearly. It was on the side of the road, in the distance, somewhere. And I've never actually been on the snow, never experienced, even though the people in my childhood neighbourhood were always going to the snow in the winter and going skiing, and that made me quite envious. Or was I really that envious? I did feel like I was missing out on something. My parents were not rich, and my dad was a real stingy little fuck. The only holidays we typically went on were up to Brisbane to see my mum's relos, my mum's sisters, and my grandma. And my dad would, we used to go to Townsville to see Dad's relos. We only went to Townsville. We didn't go to Townsville after the early 80s So, but Dad was really stingy when it came to holidays and shit. He always used to just take us on working holidays. We went overseas back in 1988, and, that was again a working holiday. That was not a fucking holiday for the sake of a holiday. So, yeah, I never had much opportunities to see the world or to see Australia. So, really quite a shitty upbringing that was, in a rich neighbourhood. But basically, yeah, my dad was stingy. He spent money on hair care treatments because he was worried he was going bald. Total fuck. He's an idiot. My dad's an idiot. He's not a nice person. He's a teaser and a bully as well as a stingy little mite. And I really hate my dad. And incidentally, my dad, I'm ignoring him. I've been ignoring him now for probably over 2 years now. Because he's a teaser and a bully. He likes to make me angry and wind me up and make me explode like the kids at school typically did. So I hold my dad in such fuck. I hate him. Put it in words, I hate my dad. But he's going to learn a lesson. He's basically having heart problems, and I'm not going to see him because I don't want to trigger a heart attack if we have an argument. And he is an asshole. I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9 in order to get my art recognised and to get him to respect me. That's come up looking really quite interesting. I think we can maybe do a switcheroo, but basically my dad's a total asshole, and I do want to make it up with him. I don't want to hate him forever. His life's too short. His life is too short. He could end up dying, and I really wish Channel 9 would hurry up and present my work on the 6 o'clock bulletin before my dad finally passes into the ether. He's not ready to die. I know he's not. I know he's got things to tie up while he's still alive, such as my relationship and my family. I want to bring my family together, my mum and my brother. My brother's also an asshole. So, I've got a lot of things that need to be tied up. And that's come up looking really quite a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.